Tuco. We
Yeah.
had entrance fit for a champ. Fit for a superstar. She came out with the Showgirls and she went one-on-one with Dark
Fit
Order
for
member.
a baddie.
Yeah, fit for a baddie. She went one-on-one with Dark Order member Anna J. We also had two other surprises, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Tuco, man, what are your thoughts, man? Jade Cargill, Anna J. To me, I feel like Tony Khan, man, he has struck gold with Cargill. Say what you want about her wrestling ability. There is no doubt, man. She definitely got superstar written all over her. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I was fine with the match. The match was fine. Sober eyes kind of looking at it now. But it was a cool match for what it was. Her whole presentation was cool. But that's just, that's the star. That's who she is. She has that attitude. She has that swagger, and she has to learn how to use it. Like, we saw it. We always seen it, but we always said, man, when she learns how to use that to her advantage, to where she can, like, she's not just a bad, she's bad bitch. She's a bad bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's levels to that. There's a difference to that, man. It's the way you got to say it, and the way, and the meaning behind it. And she's starting to, and she's really becoming into that bad bitch that she is, man. So no, man, I'm good with it. I'm good with the growth. Tony Khan, we said he needs to push somebody from the company within, even though Leo says Tuco cut the shit. Hey, I'm cutting the shit, baby. I'm cutting it. All right, I'm cutting it, Leo. But no, man, I'm glad that we're getting to see somebody that's new. She didn't start out of originally in AEW. I mean, she did, but she wasn't there when it first came in. She came in during the pandemic, and it's been there ever since. And definitely has been one of the new staples, along with Statlander and a few others that came along at that same time, or a little bit before it. But I've got no problem with it. Could they do some things better? Sure, but again, this is the thing about AEW. Everyone wants the production to be WWE level ready or right now, but that's not what this company is. Again, it's an independent company. It's growing the talent. It's letting you see these guys develop and be good, each time that they come out. The issue is having so many people and having enough time for everyone to flourish the way they need to. And keeping something consistent with them. That seems to be kind of really the thing. But though we have a lot of ex WWE people in the company, we still see the raw new talent, the thing that AEW says they're going to be and do. We still see that from them, and Jade Cargill is one of those examples.
Well, bro, speaking of Jade Cargill, so during the match, we ended up having many surprises. We had Johnny Hungy come out to the ring, but then, of course, we got that boy formerly known as Malcolm Bivens, Stokely Hathaway. He came out to the ring to everybody's surprise, and then, of course, after the match, we will find out he will be replacing Smart Mark Sterling as the new representation for that bitch herself, Jade Cargill. Now, I want to give Mark Sterling his flowers. I want to give Mark Sterling his flowers because Mark Sterling has definitely added to the presence and the aura of Jade Cargill. But now we're moving on, and now we got that boy Stokely Hathaway. Tuco, man. Stokely, what are your thoughts? Oh, and by the way, before we get to that, Jay, at the end of the pay-per-view, she had a media scrum with Tony Khan, and she was asked about Stokely Hathaway, and she said he's one of the best talkers in the business, and she's excited to be working with him. And it was just as much of a shock to her when he came out as it was to everybody else. Tuco, you got Jay Brand, you got Stokes in the building. Talk to me.
Man, it's gonna be awesome. Oh my God, I can only imagine what he's got ready to go in the chamber to let out. Like I man, dude, yo, when he walked out, I'm like, wait a minute, is that who I think that is? And he's coming out for Jade. Oh shit. No, you didn't, Tony Khan. Damn, out of the surprises, That's the one I definitely don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with a guy like him coming in because he's a manager. He's a mouthpiece. His job is to promote the talent. His job is separate from anybody else that came in. So for him to come in and be a mouthpiece for Jade, and obviously Tony wants to push Jade as that bitch on that bitch's show. So, so because she's that bitch's champion, that's a huge game changer. And don't get me wrong, I like Mark. I liked him when he was the manager. He handled his business. He did what he had to do. Their chemistry picked up, as the time gone on. But man, I'm not gonna lie, the black representation of it, I do feel a certain type of way about it. I'm not gonna lie, but knowing and seeing what this guy has done, and seeing that he's doing something obviously that he wants to do. He talked about that. I don't know if you ever seen that clip of him kind of talking about what happened and why he left WWE and whatnot, and now he wasn't really feeling it. He didn't like the direction of where they were going.
Right.
So to see him come out, obviously Tony didn't just throw the money at him. This was something he wanted to do, and he sees who she is, and he sees a vision himself of where she can be and where he can help take her. So, hey, I'm all for it. This is growth of character, and one of your stars, your own star, not a star that's from WWE, somebody that you brought in and debuted on your stuff, and now you get to see them flourish. I'm for it. I'm all for it.
Tuco, man, speaking of Stokely Hathaway, it's ironic that his contract actually literally just expired the night before Double or Nothing. So how crazy when you hear that, like, damn, man, you talk about the odds, right? Stokely Hathaway, he said, hey, look, man, they offered me a contract. People thought I was crazy, potentially turning down millions. And then you see the response he gets, not only from the in attendance crowd, but then just the internet, man. They know that if Jade Cargill was getting a push already at 31-0, now you really got to add fire to the, gas to the fire. But with that being said, Tuco, that was the only debut that happened. Because we've been talking about the women's division, brother. We've been saying we need a little something. And guess who we got, man? We got the fallen goddess herself, former WWE superstar Ember Moon, now known as Athena. Oh my God, bro. We had to stare down between her and Jade Cargill. We also had a moment where, like Chris Statlander, Jade Cargill was about to get it on like a pot of neck bone. Too cold. We got our girl back, and she's here, and she's all elite. What are your thoughts, man, when you seen her coming down to the ring?
I was happy to see her. I'm not sure. Like I'm a fan of her, so I was happy to see her. But again, like most people, like, damn, Tony, another one. Okay, but it's for the women's division. Right. So it's like, for the women's division, I kind of get it, because we always keep saying, man, like, we need to see more credibility, because it's hard watching the same women that kind of some of them have progressed, some of them are kind of in the same boat, and something different needs to happen with them. So having some fresh blood, some competition, like, don't get me wrong. Again, AEW is, of course, a place where people are going to come to make a name for themselves, but it's also a place for those people that feel like they weren't respected can get an opportunity to show what they truly have. So, as much as people want to say, yeah, the WWE are drowning it out, in a way, they're kind of supposed to. That's what the company was built for. It was built for opportunity, true opportunity, instead of being told by some 80-year-old old man who's out of touch with shit that this is what you need to be and this is how it should be and all this and whatnot. And let people actually be themselves, let some of the creativity actually happen and be amazed on what you see, instead of dictating what's good, because we're watching too many people leave and they're doing better or coming up with something better than what it was that they were doing previously.